Good evening, everybody. I am back once again with another terrifying tale. We are now 3 episodes deep into the channel since its launch, and I would love to hear what you guys are thinking so far of the content that I have created. 3 macabre original tales, all based around common fears, phobias, and nightmares. And this one is no stranger to the premise of nightmares. I'd love to hear in the comments section some fears and phobias you would like me to take on board, or even some premises for future stories. Otherwise, for now, I would like to introduce you to tonight's tale. I'd like to call this one The Backrooms. Thalassophobia. That's what I learned it's called. An innate fear of the large, deep bodies of water. It can be anything from a scenic lake to the open ocean. It all has the same effect on me. Mind-altering, body-freezing fear. I know for most phobias, we can't always reflect on a precise time when the fear took over, but I can think of several. To name a few: my father noticing my uncertainty of jumping headfirst into the deep unknown at a beach, aggressively grabbing me, carrying my unwilling body to the end of the pier, only to throw my terrified self, followed by his taunting. To nightmares where I would wake up drifting to the open waters on a flimsy rubber ring, all the while watching down upon myself and seeing a colossal shadow take shape underneath. Or even that one infamous episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think you guys know the one I'm talking about. The sight of deep water alone renders my body rigid, cold, sometimes almost frozen in place. It invokes a sense of anxiety, not knowing what lies beneath. The sense of feeling so small and vulnerable. Worst of all, it rekindles memories of that night. My friend Dan turns to me, his eyes momentarily leaving the steering wheel. You're still with me, right? We're gonna do this together, man. Dan and I have been close friends since childhood. He knew of my problem, my phobia. The thought of where we're headed gave me goosebumps. It was this large indoor swimming place from when we were kids. But as he said, we're going to do this together. Come on, man, you know the place. It's been derelict for years, and the pools are unlikely to have any water in them, but hey, you got me on the lights, so I've got you on the whole water thing. It's not like I could say no. We're only approaching February, and already we have faced his innate fear of heights, and now it's my turn. Some New Year resolution, huh? The car pulled to a stop. The headlights beam on the old white building. I still cannot fathom why we're doing this. We checked out the dreadful place for a few moments before Dan persuaded me to climb up onto the roof with him. We scanned the rooftop. Fortunately, under the blanket of the night sky, we're near invisible to anyone passing, but that still hasn't steadied my heart. After all, it wasn't what's outside that's troubling me. It's what could be inside. In a flurry of hesitation, I begin debating whether we should simply turn around. It's not too late. I can't do this. I can't. Dude, Dan calls me over, having found a coincidentally loose roof light. I make my way toward him. Come on, man, give me a hand. Again, I hesitate. I recall how I did the same for him when I guided him to hang over the balcony of the tower block, and how he placed his entire faith in me. kind of friend would I be to turn him down now? After short work, we managed to pull it open, and we paused. Looking down into the darkness, I grabbed a nearby stone and dropped it inside. It doesn't sound too high. We question our next action without a word spoken, only by eye contact. Then Dan nominated himself. Well, I guess I'm going first. He manages to slide his feet in first, hanging by his hands. He then looks up to me. Hey, no fear, no fun, he says with an eager smile before dropping inside. I pause, looking down into the darkness, attempting to adjust my eyes before calling out. Dan! Hey, you okay? I hold in silence. I feel the tension building, waiting on his response. Still nothing. Dan! I call out louder. I decide to shimmy myself down. However, I slip as I hit the ground, momentarily blacking out. Gradually, I come to, unsure for how long I was out. First, I notice the distinct odour of chlorine, the kind you expect from swimming pools. My body shudders. The image of deep pools plague my mind, the bottomless bodies of murky water. I shake my thoughts off, my vision fuzzy and my body aching. I attempt to focus my sight, and after a short while, I can see clearly, although what I see does not match where I should be. I look to the ceiling. Somehow, it appears impossibly high, even beyond that which I can see, let alone reach. I try to gather my bearings. I just dropped from there. We dropped that stone, and I know for a fact I notice a pale, faint blue hue, almost a mist surrounding me and stretching beyond my eyesight. I walk forward. Countless rows of changing cubicles, like a geometric maze. A nightmarish labyrinth imbued with a cold array of fear and uncertainty. I feel cold, vulnerable, lost in the depths of my own nightmare. I calm my breathing, my anxieties rattling my senses. I take a deep breath. I call out for Dan once more, my voice travelling in a boundless echo. I wait a moment. Nothing but an eerie silence. I call him again, and silence once more. I begin to navigate forward, deeper into this parody of my expectations, of my fears. Nothing but the stink of chlorine has a sense of normality. That and the wet tiled floor. I notice there is no sound other than the soft echo of my own footsteps. However, I cautiously continue on through the labyrinth of changing cubicles, and no matter how far I walk, the room has no end. The pale mist seems boundless, obscuring my vision, and the scent of chlorine ever overpowering, burning my mouth and nose. Dan has to be in here. He dropped in only a moment before me. I can't leave him. A sudden cold sensation grips me, digging deep into my skin. I feel I'm not alone, that I'm being watched, followed. my heart racing and my body stiff as the sense intensifies. I decide to enter one of the changing cubicles. I hold my breath, my heartbeat near deafening me, as the increasing stench of chlorine exacerbates my anxiety. And now, I hear it. Slow, rhythmic footsteps. I can't make out from which direction, how far, how close. Each heavy, wet slap echoes, travelling further in every direction. As it grows louder, perhaps nearer, the chemical scent builds, burning my senses. My stomach churns as my body tenses. I take my chance, emerging carefully, quietly. I creep forward, careful not to sound my footsteps. Puddles of murky liquid paint the tiled floor, deeper than before. I look forward, seeing what looks to be the neon hum of a lit sign in the distance. Maybe it's an exit, or maybe it's something else. I press forward with no choice, each step channeling my weight, ensuring whatever it is around doesn't hear me. My heart rushing, pounding. Finally, I can read it. Pause. With an arrow directing is something, and hopefully somewhere leading out of here, or at least away from whatever it is that's in here. In my excitement, I slip. How can I be so stupid? The floor is wet, and now I can hear it. Those wet, bare footsteps, slapping the wet tiles faster and faster. I struggle to my feet and dart forward with all I have in direction of the dreaded pools. The footsteps grow louder, faster, closer, when finally a bright blue hue emerges in front of me, and a large double door. I force myself faster, my heart racing, my breathing sharp and my chest growing tight. I tackle through the heavy double metal doors, and quickly I find a latch at the middle of the doors turning with a loud click. Just as a barrage of bodies slam into it again and again with tremendous force. I crawl backwards, tears dwelling in my eyes, when I fall back into something cold and fleshy. I spin around in a panic when I see it. It's Dan, or at least what's left of him. His body lies limp, fetal-like, his skin wrinkled and wet, pale and so cold. I reach to touch his face, and his eyes open, sore and red. He looks at me and mutters, "Where were you?" I stutter in disbelief, barely able to comprehend what's happened to him. I went in straight after you and you weren't there. I called for you and I kept calling for you. My eyes swelled up with tears. His face drew a painful smile. Well, here I am. Please, just tell me we're getting out of here. I nod enthusiastically, my eyes growing sore. It's the damn chlorine. I thought to myself. The door smashes again. We need to find a way out. He nods to me in agreement as I help him to his feet. His skin is like paper, becoming painfully red by my touch. What the hell is going on? I panic. I look around the room. Again, another long, dark room, every corner filled with shadow. But this one, it's filled with a tremendously deep pool. The water's so dark, so deep, it's nauseating. The stench of chlorine is overpowering. I can feel it scraping into my eyes. I feel almost dizzy. The deep water, the stench. I struggle forward, squinting my eyes to work our way out. There has to be another way. I almost lose my footing when Dan grabs me. Don't go near the pools. The steam from the water intensifies as I try to find my footing. We need to get out of here, please. We used to before. Something grabs at Dan's ankles. His frail body falls forward, hitting the ground with a heavy smack, his body's impact echoing the room. Through the steam, I can see his blood pooling on the tiles. I struggle to reach for him, his slick body slipping out of my grip as something else proceeds to pull him, dragging him into the steam. And with a desperate, disembodied cry, he is silenced with a splash, his body finally submerged. I let out a violent scream, climbing to my feet. I feel for the wall. The floor is becoming... It's receding the further I go. I desperately claw to the wall, making my way blindly forward, when I hear several things emerging out from the pool. The rush of water, the dripping, then the wet slapping of their feet. I cry aloud, making my way faster and faster as I hear their raspy, dry breath. The steam growing denser, obscuring my vision as the chlorine grips my eyes and dries my skin. Suddenly, I hit a wall, claw away searching, when I find something metallic. It's a door. With all my strength, I barge forward, breaking it, pushing it open. When my body hits the cold, dark concrete, the sound of traffic, the stench of car emission, the beeping of traffic lights. I look around, my vision fogged. I turn, seeing the blurred image of the doors, and above it, the old tired sign reading, "The Pool Rooms." Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. A very different story from the previous, and one before that. As I said from the beginning of the channel, my aim is to try and bring original stories into the horror narration realm. And of course with that as well, I'm more than welcome to taking on any suggestions of any topics, phobias, scares, ideas, or perhaps even tackling the idea of some true stories if you guys have any to share. I'd be more than welcome to take those on board. However, please share in the comment sections exactly what you enjoyed about the stories or what you would like to see more of. In the meantime, please be sure to share the stories with your friends. Stalk me by subscribing, and as always, keep it creepy.